Hello. How are you doing tonight? Leo lazima munifanyie cheerleading ingine crazy ama mnaona niko ready. Let me tell you tonight, it's going to be a great night. I hope you've had a fantastic week. If not, I am here as your loyal servant to make sure that we end the week in style. Boy, oh boy, nimewamiss sana. And as you can see, it's pre-Valentine's. Valentine is coming. Where is your Well, you know, it's going to be a great show tonight. The reason why I have this here is because I'm telling you tonight we're going to be in the middle of greatness. I'm talking about these amazing boxes. Of course, we know Kyallo Promotions, in partnership with Cape Media, will be having the second edition of Nightmare in Nairobi. Now, the first one was so good. It was so good. What only Pigana? And of course, at the end of this month, actually, we have a second edition. And as you can see, we are ready. We're going to be introducing our guests tonight. Kwa hivyo leo, please, these are comments. We need them. Ama, tutachuana kidogo. I'll be introducing them shortly, but for now also, we have Willis Ocheng, of course, who's going to be joining us live. As you can see, he's there looking great. Willis, salimiana tu daka sekunde mbili tu, salimiana tu kidogo.
To all the viewers of TV47, I have to say good evening and just that wonderful lady Betty and Willis later.
Absolutely, Willis. Looking forward to the lesson tonight. And so, like I mentioned tonight, of course, we have a great show. And we have amazing boxers. I'm going to call them Morris. Karibia usukani. Hapa si boxing ring.
No.
Kuja pole. Manze kuja pole, bro. Salimia wa Kenya.
Hi, my fellow
This is
Kenyans.
Morris Okola.
Yeah. The African champion. Of course, people know me. I'm the current Kenya national heavyweight champion of Kyallo pia.
Absolutely.
And we are pleasure, we are glad that we are here. At least for TV47, umetupatia hii nini ya
Yes.
tuambia Kenya come out in large numbers. This was on 27.
Lazima. Hebu haraka tuonyeshe kabla tuanze news. Alafu Liza kwa wapi?
Belt ndio hiyo.
Belt ndio. Mambo bad.
This is the current Kenya national. This is the belt of mini African champion. Hii nilichukua 2015.
Manze. Na vile ni mkubwa hivyo inaenda mpaka round.
Inaenda mpaka round.
Inaenda round. And of course we have Liz and Diego. This is one of Kenya's most celebrated amateur boxers. Na kwambia usicheze na yeye. Liz, salimiana pale.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth and Diego, the national middleweight champion from ever since 2010 till now. I'm the captain of the national team. I'm here to talk about boxing and let's celebrate boxing, but also women in sports. And of course, as boxing being our main sport, I'd like to advocate for more women to join the sport.
Wewe umesikia? Please, hebu nyesha tu kamera nini? Unazivanga haraka like tap.
Hii ni one time.
Unaweza fanya kidogo hivyo tu.
One time.
Mtu alale.
Ini one time.
Unionyeshe mchezo tu anza kwanza kusoma news tugoteane kitu kama hiyo. Usinipige pole. Unaona zote tunabebana sisi
hapa tu. Lakini ukienda for the kill.
Ni kweli kuna kungana hii.
Hapo kaa tuna hook. Tuna straight punches.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be a great show, guys, tonight. Tune in, talk to us, of course, on all our social media platforms. It's going to be a great show. Let's begin with the highlights. A Kenyan teacher battling acute myeloid leukemia remains hospitalized in India while her family scrambles to raise funds for a life-saving bone marrow transplant. The AIDS Healthcare Foundation warns that syphilis infections are surging, putting 30 out of 100 Kenyans youth at risk of contracting HIV each year. As the world marks World Radio Day, Kenya joins the global conversation under the theme Radio and AI, with stakeholders calling for fair and balanced AI regulation in broadcasting. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us tonight. My name is Betty Kyallo, and our sign language anchor tonight is Catherine Simaloy. Let's begin with our top stories. And serious questions are emerging over the implementation of the Social Health Authority's Overseas Treatment Program after it became apparent that Kenyans seeking medical care abroad are being forced to settle their own hospital bills despite making monthly contributions. Now, appearing before the National Assembly's Public Investments Committee on Social Services, SHA Chief Executive Officer Dr. Mercy Mwangangi admitted that the authority is currently unable to cover treatment costs outside the country because it has not yet signed formal agreements with foreign hospitals. Now, the revelation has sparked fresh concerns over the preparedness and scope of the overseas medical cover, and Munene John now reports.
I, Dr. Mercy Mwangangi, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Dr. Mercy Mwangangi's statement that SHA cannot pay for Kenyans seeking treatment abroad without formal contracts with the hospitals has sparked intense debate. She told lawmakers in the Public Investments Committee on Social Services that until these legal agreements are in place, patients will have to cover their own medical expenses.
And who's left to go for treatment overseas, so those bills would have to be met by the Kenyans who have gone abroad to seek that care.
This situation has left patients referred abroad for specialized care in a difficult position. Some have stayed in hospitals for months without clarity on who will settle their bills. Among them is a Kenyan teacher undergoing treatment in India who has been hospitalized for over 3 months while waiting for a bone marrow transplant. Her family says a large sum of money has already been spent on chemotherapy, hospital stays, and other medical procedures. Before the transition to SHA, part of this cost was covered through the Minet Teachers Medical Scheme. However, after members were moved to SHA, coverage for overseas treatment stopped, leaving patients to rely on personal savings and family support.
Sasa tumekaa kwa muda, sasa hii ni wiki ya 3 tangu tuende SHA, tukaandika barua na mpaka sasa hatujajibiwa chochote, maana wanatuambia bado wanafanya ile registration ama identification ya mahospitali ambayo iko India.
The main question now is whether the overseas treatment program was properly prepared before it was rolled out and whether members who make regular monthly contributions are receiving the help they deserve when faced with serious illnesses requiring specialized care outside the country. Munene John, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation has raised alarm over a sheer rise in sexually transmitted infections in Nairobi, attributing the trend partly to a shortage of condoms across the country. Now, according to the foundation, 840 STI cases were recorded in just 6 months across 3 of its clinics in Nairobi. Out of 5,000 people screened, 300 tested positive for syphilis, while 290 and 250 cases of gonorrhea and chlamydia were reported respectively. Elizabeth Ateri
From July 2025 to January 2026, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, AHF Kenya, screened 5,000 clients for sexually transmitted infections, STIs, and of those screened, 300 were confirmed to have contracted syphilis. Additionally, there were 290 and 250 cases of chlamydia and gonorrhea, respectively. The screening, which included both symptomatic and asymptomatic clients, also revealed that 90% of symptomatic clients tested positive for different types of STIs, especially syphilis.
What is noted is there has been an increase in terms of sexually transmitted infections worldwide, especially syphilis. PrEP does not prevent syphilis, it does not prevent chlamydia, it does not prevent gonorrhea, but condom does.
Health experts now warn that the data is flashing a red warning light on sexually transmitted infections, and this is largely attributed to the shortage of condoms, with Kenya staring at a staggering deficit of 250 million condoms.
Currently, what we need as a country is 400 million condoms to cater for the population that is sexually active. And what we have at the moment is 150 million.
Huwezi mwambia Gen Z sahi eti they are not sexually active. We're really sexually active, and the only thing that can save us from spreading HIV and spreading other STIs is having condoms.
The free condoms given by the government, they are only able to reach 7% of the population.
The government has been urged to remove taxation on condoms as the dwindling donor support worsens the already dire situation. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47, Nairobi.
Well, we definitely have to be very careful out there. Now, journalists and media stakeholders from across the country have come together to mark this year's World Radio Day, celebrating the enduring power of radio in a rapidly evolving digital era. Now, this year's theme, Radio and Artificial Intelligence, highlights how emerging AI technologies can strengthen broadcasting while safeguarding journalistic ethics, credibility, and the authentic voices that define radio. Suzanne Locho tells us more.
Every voice tells a story and every microphone is a bridge. Radio connects the world.
Kwa upande wa elimu, unapata kila Saturday radio stations zote ni kama ziko na kipindi ya elimu.
International Radio Day has brought together journalists, broadcasting regulators and technology experts to discuss how AI and the new technology can enhance radio broadcasting.
Kwa kiasi kubwa akili unde, artificial intelligence, imeweza kuadhiri radio kwa kiasi fulani.
Stakeholders emphasize the importance of fact-based reporting and protecting communities from propaganda.
The law puts limits on rights that encroach on other rights, or rights that advance harm of other rights.
In Mombasa County, during a soccer tournament organized by Coast Media FC, media experts note that radio is a powerful tool capable of either uniting or dividing communities.
Elekea mambo ya uchaguzi, kwa hivyo radio itakuwa ni chombo muhimu sana katika kuhamasisha wananchi kuhusu mwelekeo wa vile uchaguzi unafaa kuwa, kuhusu kupiga kura.
Radio, the voice of the community, and now AI are combining the power of information and technology to shape a more responsible journalism industry. Susan Locho for TV47.
Now, the Kenya National Examinations Council has officially launched the registration of candidates for the 2026 National Assessments and the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education Examinations. Well, registration timelines have been outlined as follows. KJSEA registration will run from the 2nd of March to 31st of March. KJSEA registration will begin on the 16th of February and close on 16th March. And KCSE registration will run from the 16th of February to the 31st of March this year. Now, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba has urged school heads to ensure accurate and timely submission of candidates' data, warning that failure to comply will attract disciplinary action from the Teachers Service Commission.
In 2026, just like in 2025, the following national assessments and examinations will be on offer. 1, the Kenya Primary School Education Assessment, KPSEA, the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment, KJSEA, and the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education Examinations. That is the second last. The registration dates for KPSEA will run from the 16th of February to the 16th of March 2026. The registration period for KJSEA will run from the 2nd of March to the 31st of March 2026, while the registration period for KCSE will run from the 16th of February to the 31st of March 2026. Schools are expected to upload registration data and complete the registration process within the timelines stipulated.
Now, tensions within the Orange Democratic Movement have escalated after leaders allied to party figure Oburu Oginga extended an olive branch to Raila Odinga's daughter Winnie Odinga, urging her to align with Oburu's camp and distance herself from the Edwin Sifuna faction. The appeal follows Winnie's appearance alongside Sifuna at a press conference where she signaled solidarity after ODM's decision to expel him and amid his rejection of President William Ruto's re-election bid. Apollo Kamau reports.
The presence of Winnie Odinga, Raila Odinga's daughter, during Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna's press conference to contest his removal as Party Secretary General has shaken Oburu's allies, forcing them to extend an olive branch to Winnie, asking her to join the Oburu camp and leave the Sifuna faction.
In my humble way, I want to ask you, Winnie Odinga, please. You are our child. And we'll protect you, baby. We will. Please wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up! Wake up! Let the beautiful thing, the heritage that Raila has given you, not get spoiled in your hands because a few old men are cheating you. Please, don't do that.
The Oburu faction further making an appeal to the entire Odinga family to support Oburu, arguing divisions in the Jaramogi family are hurting ODM fortunes.
Musituchanganye pia familia, musituchanganye. Musituchukue hivi hivi bwana. Musituchukue hivi hivi. Ni makosa. Hii heshima walipatia baba.
Let the beautiful thing, the heritage that Raila has given you, not get spoiled in your hands because a few old men are cheating you. Please, don't do that. We are here to protect you. We will go with you places. We will go. But please, be a girl. Be a strong woman and get out of it. Get out of it.
The Oburu faction, which camped in Magarini and Mtwapa for ODM's Leader Ground tour, told of the Sifuna camp on playing opposition politics and drummed up support for the broad-based government and the anticipated pre-election coalition with UDA.
Tumemwambia aanze mazungumzo kwa sababu chama cha ODM haturudi tena opposition. Ikifika 2027 watu wenao wanataka kufanya maandamano waende kando.
Kuna wengine wanasema ati hawezi kubali serikali hii ifike term ya pili ama ya term ya tatu. Mimi sijasema ikuwe one term, ikuwe two term, lakini nataka kueleza hawa wenzangu katika ODM. Hata ukipiga hii serikali, watu wa ODM wako ndani ya serikali.
The Sifuna Orengo Osotsi faction, known as Linda Mwananchi, will convene in Kitengela, while the Oburu faction, Linda Ground, will hold its gathering at Tononoka Grounds in Mombasa. Apul Kamau, TV47.
A fresh twist has emerged in the intensifying battle over the deputy president position ahead of the 2027 general election. The Rakanidi Governor Muthomi Njuki has advised the Orange Democratic Movement that the deputy president's seat is not up for negotiation with the board-based government arrangement. As Stanley Nyaringita reports, Njuki maintains that the only way the United Democratic Alliance would relinquish the position is if Deputy President Kithure Kindiki defected to ODM, a scenario he terms unlikely.
Hiyo kiti ya deputy president ndio tunalenga sana. Hiyo ndio tunalenga.
Oburu Oginga's remarks Wednesday have continued to spark heated debate on which party in the broad-based arrangement should take the deputy president's seat. With the Rakanithi Governor Muthomi Njuki on Friday insisting that UDA will stand its ground on having the second-in-command Kithure Kindiki retain his seat.
The president is UDA. We can lend them Kithure Kindiki to be in ODM and he can still remain as the deputy president of Kenya.
With both parties teaming up in search of votes for the 2027 elections, Muthomi Njuki has highlighted that UDA may be politically advantaged to retain Kindiki given ODM's power tussle from within.
Mimi nikiangalia wale watu wana support Kithure Kindiki kutoka pande hii, alafu utoshanishe na wale ile ODM imebaki, kwa sababu kuna ile imebaki ikisema kwamba wao wanataka kuwa broad based. Hata nikipiga hesabu tunaweza kuwa wengi kuliko wao.
Kuna kitu inaweza fanya tutoke kwa hii serikali, na hiyo muungano ni kiti ya namba 2. Tunaambia ODM wa relax.
We are our own great. Kama hatutapiga kura vizuri tuonyeshane tuko pamoja, kiti itaenda ama itaenda?
When we decide the deputy president is Professor Kithure Kindiki, there is no discussion about it.
However, with the talks expected to continue between ODM and UDA to iron out the weighty issues, a section of leaders from Meru County has stated that it will hold a firm stand on the matter.
Wakati Meru imepata nafasi, hii ndio wakati wanarukaruka hapa kusema one term. Wakati Meru iko na nafasi ya kuongoza nchi hii na sisi tumesimama nao kila wakati. Tuambianeni ukweli. Huu ni wakati wa kulipa. Tumepiga kura mara 3.
Wakati huu sisi tuko na serikali ambayo iko na namba 1 wake na ambayo iko na namba 2 yake. Kama kuna vitu zingine zitatafutwa na wale ni kutoka hiyo pande nyingine ama kutoka hizo viti zingine. Lakini kiti cha namba 2 kiko na mmoja wetu na hicho kiti
Now, residents of Kakamega Town have, for the 3rd consecutive day, enjoyed a rare opportunity to interact with their favorite Radio 47 presenters during the Cape Media and Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority Roadshow. The initiative continues to encourage Kenyans to follow up on billions of shillings in unclaimed financial assets. Now, today's caravan toured Shisilhu, Shianda, Ekero, Emayoni and Mumias Town. Meanwhile, UFAA has announced a special 5-day engagement beginning Monday the 16th at Buhungu Stadium, aimed at helping Kakamega's residents reconnect with lost or forgotten financial assets.
Hapa kidogo ndio kuna mtu pesa yake imelala karibu 50,000 kama 70,000, kuna mwingine imelala karibu 10,000, hata mwingine analala na 15,000, kuna mwingine imelala hata karibu 2,000, kuna mwingine anaweza kuwa ako hapa Shianda, yes, na 275,000 yes imelala kwenye account.
Tumetembelea katika siku hizi 3 zimepita maeneo ya Chavakari, Butele, Mumias na kwingineko, tukihamasisha wananchi wa maeneo haya na maeneo jirani waweza kuchukua huduma ya pesa ambazo wenyewe wamesisahau na ziko sasa kwa mikononi mwa Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Muhimu kwamba wapate nafasi wiki ijayo pale uwanja wa Bukungu Stadium, ambao tutakuwa tumekita kambi kuwapa nafasi kujitokeza na kupata huduma za kupokeza pesa zao. Muhimu ni kwamba tunatoa huduma hii ikiwemo karibu kabisa na wananchi wa maeneo haya, na ili wenyewe wasiwe na shuku kwamba wanahitaji kusafiri hadi na maeneo ya Nairobi, na muhimu pia kwamba hawahitaji kutoa malipo yote. Huduma hii itakuwa bila malipo yoyote na watapokezwa huduma hii kuanzia siku ya Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa kuanzia saa 2 asubuhi hadi saa 12 jioni.
Kwani Lubao anapiga kelele aje? Lubao ni watu strong. Lubao ni watu wenye nguvu, Lubao ni watu wenye power.
All right, that looks like it was quite a good time there in Kakamega. Now, moving on, Kenya's push towards a secure and inclusive digital future took center stage at the Cardano Africa Tech Summit 2026 held in Nairobi. Now, Senior Deputy Data Commissioner Oscar Otieno urged technology innovators to register with the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner and prioritize compliance with data protection laws, warning that adherence to regulations is far less costly than enforcement penalties. Now, the Secretary Mary Kerema announced that Kenya is finalizing its national digital identity plan, emphasizing that public trust and technological innovation must advance together. Now, the summit underscored growing collaboration between government and innovators as Kenya accelerates implementation of its digital economy agenda.
Better our lives.
The Cardano Africa Tech Summit is a 3-day impactful innovation event. The goal is to make companies aware of the Cardano platform, that they can build these new emerging products that will drive the future economy.
We really want to encourage a lot of innovation. We are not there to stifle any innovation. What we are saying is, if you have any innovative product that is collecting and processing the personal data, you need to come out, register with the government, register with the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner. Tell us who you are, what you're doing, what data are you collecting, how are you processing it, where are you storing it.
I'm calling upon the private sector that they should show up so that they can create an environment
for these young people who are innovators and entrepreneurs, so that together we can handhold them. Because the more they grow, then the country grows.
Now, Skyward Airlines, in partnership with Vipingo Ridge, has launched its first scheduled flight between Nairobi and Vipingo, marking a significant milestone in regional connectivity and boosting tourism in Kilifi County. Now, Vipingo Ridge CEO Alex Horsey described the new route as more than just a transport link, saying it will unlock opportunities for Kilifi through increased tourism, fresh investments, and support for local businesses. Skyward Airlines CEO Diana Nyambura noted that the new route reflects the airline's strategy of expanding its network in response to customer demand while maintaining a high-quality travel experience.
Thank you again and again. Truly.
This day today, on Friday 13th, we're going to begin our inaugural flight to Vipingo, but via Ukunda. This is a testament to our flexibility and belief in partnerships and collaboration, because this started as a mere conversation where the Vipingo Ridge team came to us and wanted to see if we can have a scheduled service to Vipingo, and using this airstrip within the Ridge as a gateway to Kilifi.
Able to facilitate the passengers and give them a good experience at Wilson Airport. So we are very happy to have them as one of our major partners within the aviation industry. Wilson Airport is known to be one of the busiest airstrips or airports in Africa. And we couldn't have been this without Skyward doing its bit to open up the aviation industry, not only in Kenya, but also within Africa.
Now, Catholic bishops in Lodwar have called for ethical and accountable leadership, saying the Lenten season presents an opportunity for reflection, repentance, and genuine reform. Now, addressing the country's growing debt burden, the bishops urged the government to implement urgent measures aimed at restoring public trust and ensuring sustainable development. While they further condemned political violence and intimidation and threats, calling for protection of constitutional rights and freedoms. Now, the clergy emphasized the need for thorough investigations and legal action against individuals who incite unrest or undermine peace.
Politics must not become a battlefield for personal ambition at the expense of national cohesion and social harmony.
Deliberately choose intentionally the common good over narrow self-interest and place equity and human dignity at the center of all decisions and public life.
All right, so you know what? We want to now turn our focus to some sporting action. And talking about sports, we of course have some amazing big names right here in studio. Remember, we have these amazing boxers, Maurice Okola and Liz and Diego, who are here in studio. We're going to be talking to them shortly. But for now, what shall we turn our focus to the michezo? All right, now Patrice Motsepe, the president of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has firmly declared that the Africa Cup of Nations 2027 will be held as originally scheduled, dismissing any speculation of changes. Now, speaking after a CAF General Committee meeting in Dar es Salaam, Patrice Motsepe warned football stakeholders and fans to ignore circulating reports suggesting alterations to the tournament plans. A visibly frustrated Motsepe insisted CAF has not issued any directive to shift or postpone the competition and urged the public to rely only on official communication channels for accurate information.
Planning for the next Pamoja is going to be enormously successful, And I saw, as I said, over the last few days, I see lots of media speculation, whether it's social media or even, I'm told, in the Guardian, the Guardian newspaper. In London, one of the most respected newspapers in the world, that there was an allegation that I am here to tell Tanzania and Kenya and Uganda that I'm taking away.
Ni furaha kubwa sana hivi leo kujulisha ulimwengu mzima ya kwamba Pamoja Bid is still alive, and we are very excited as a region to be able to host this football extravaganza.
Serikali zetu zimejipanga na mashindano hayo yatafanyika na yatasaidia kuweza kuleta umoja kwa watu, kuacha na masuala mengine ambayo ni ya siasa ambayo yatakuwepo siku zote.
Now, Kenya's distance running spotlight shifts to the high-altitude trails this weekend as Daniel Ebenyo prepares to defend his crown at the Sirikwa Cross Country Championships, headlining a star-studded field of elite local and international competitors. Now, the three-time Sirikwa Marathon champion faces stiff opposition from top athletes, including former women's winner Agnes Ngetich and Uganda's Janet Chepngetich, as thousands of young runners and global participants converge for one of the region's fastest growing athletic spectacles. Now, the race has attracted more than 2,000 elite athletes globally and over 3,500 young participants set to compete in various categories.
I was not again successful, but I know everything that happens, it happens for a reason. And God himself knows the purpose why. So after that, I got a breakthrough. I qualified for the World Cross Country in Telasi, where God gave me a bronze and this year. And again, I'm looking forward tomorrow for a better race.
And then last year I ran also, and I'm coming to defend, yes. I could say cross country is a build-up. It's something I loved since I was young, so it's something I love. So I just want to come there and run my race, and then, yeah.
So far we have registered more than 3,000, and I'm sure it's going to cap at 3,500, and that is very important for us.
This year, just as we did last year, to sit down with our athletes, upcoming athletes, and we do a financial literacy training, which is a very critical part of development of.
All right, so that's where we finish up the first part of the show. And like I mentioned, tonight the show is going to be hot and heavy. We're going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, Willis Ochieng, of course, is going to be joining us from Kisii County, talking to us about the difficult pronunciations. Like I mentioned earlier, too, we have Nightmare in Nairobi, the second edition. It's going to be happening on the 27th of February. It's going to be on a Friday. Na itakuwa maneno mzito mzito. And tonight here in studio, we have Morris Okola and Liz and Diego wako hapa. Msipigane tafadhali. All right, and of course it's going to be a great time. Lazima ununue ticket tukuje tuone kwanza Morris. Tutataka kuona kwa hiyo ring.
Hiyo ndio Wakenya wanajua.
Tunajua.
Siwekagi watu.
Uwekagi watu.
Yeah, less than 20 seconds. So I come up in large numbers na wakairedi waseme ati walikuwa wanalipa wakapata mtu ameanguka. No. Kuja mapema, wa take their seats. Wakuja wajifurahia.
Show itakuwa moto.
Show itakuwa ni moto.
Mimi nangoja sana kuona.
Hiyo Central Africa tunaileta Kenya.
I love that. All right, so guys, we'll take a short break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.